Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhines with the Get To Free Press. This morning, Labor Day, I want to talk about the black child. The black child, boy or girl, mother, father, sister, brother, must come to the reality of now. And the reality of now is that parents of little children in particular must be very careful. What do you mean careful? I was born in 1951, and we were worried about our young boys getting bit by rattlesnakes on the farm in Brooks County, Georgia, and many other dangerous atmosphere. But today we're living in a world where we have men with desires to mess with little boys. We have women who are possessed with desires of fondling little girls. This issue must be addressed in the black community. It must be addressed in the church. Young girls, be aware. Often men folk do not understand the pain and the suffering they inflict upon young girls by inappropriately touching them in the wrong places. But now it has become apparent that boys too are subject to this abuse. In some cases, the parents are ignorant because no mother, father, sister, or brother, or pastor, imam, rabbi, or priest in the Catholic Church told them that it causes pain. Pain that we who are men and never endured such abuse can even imagine. I'm going to talk about me in particular. I thought I was a man who knew a lot. But it seemed like as I get older, I'm meeting so many young boys and women that were abused. In fact, some of them was not abused, but their mother or their father was abused by the opposite sex in relationships in terms of not living up to the standards that their marriage vow dictated or presented to them. And so I watched today. Some girls are gay. Some men are gay because they still have the sexual urges, but because they have seen so much abuse of their mother, by their father, by going with other men or other women, they just can't live with it. And often we say, go to a psychiatrist. Well, you can go to one, whatever it takes, do it. But in too many cases, the pastors, the priests, the psychologists, the imam, the ministers, etc., are in a worse shape than the people they counsel. I'm telling you what I know from serving 20-some years in the armed forces. What does that have to do with anything, Brother Rhines? I've met people from various backgrounds and persuasions and religions. And I'm here to say today, short form, whatever you do in life, just respect your fellow human beings. But parents, watch your little girls. Watch your little boys. Watch your children in general. The forces of evil and wickedness is among us as never before. Some people call it karma, some call it God or Satan or whatever you want to call it, but there is something that's happening in our world. And it's time now, in the black community in particular, at least talk about it. I have gay people in my family. And I don't agree. I'm going to put it up front. I don't agree with that particular lifestyle. And I got a right to say it just like you got a right to say what you say. I prefer to see a man and woman together as I was taught in my day. However, if that's what you want to do, I'm still going to respect you, but don't you try to force that down my heart, my mind, and my soul. And I'm not going to try to do it to you. Because number one, I don't know what your God told you to do, or what your devil told you to do, or how your mother and father brought you up. You may have came out of a gay life wherein your mother and your father were both females, or vice versa. And so I can't condemn you. Some things are done to us that we have absolutely no control over. I want to close this out on Labor Day by saying simply to you, God has given us a responsibility to raise our children, and above all, to protect them. If you don't believe what I'm saying, I'm closing now. Go into the forest. A fox will fight to the death. A dog with his right dog mind will fight to the death. A cat, chicken, lion, orangutan, most every animal that you can think of, except those that have been ordained by God to take on a different nature. Hogs are the same. They will fight you to their death to protect their little ones or offsprings. And it's time now in the black community for us to protect our children. You know, in slavery, it was wrong for a man to protect his own family. In fact, he couldn't do it. He would be lynched outright by the white, wicked man. But there was right white people who would even help black people, and I gotta give you the balance. When I was coming up, my grandmother taught me and my brother how to survive in the white man's world. Taught us how to get away from the white bus when it came by our house over in Brooks County. Told us what distance to stay from the white woman, because they had witnessed so many black men that was murdered outright because of lies, and because the white man was going with a black woman. And the black woman knew it, but she wanted some black chocolate, and the black man ended up dead. Of course, we had some blacks who would rebel against the white power structure, and some of them took the lives of white men. But too many of them paid the ultimate price. They was castrated, murdered, even their homes destroyed. In some of the cases, their boys was killed. My grandma told me about that. And she even told us the last name of the white Klans members. We knew their name in the black community. We knew who was Klan members. Many of the black people worked in the house or the homes or the big house of white people. And some of them knew where the Ku Klux Klan uniforms were. And these black folk would get together and tell us about it. But there's one thing about it. We had some black preachers who would stand up, but we had some black men who were scared as hell, just like ones are today. There was a time when we could call on our black ministers, our black pastors, our black imams, etc., etc. But today it seems as if though they've done a job on us. So I'm going to close again. Y'all have a nice day. I just thought I would share that with you on Labor Day. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye. We gone.